What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 9 of our Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Redux walkthrough. In the previous video, we met a scientist whose name was Colress, and we ended up having quite a tough battle with him. We also made our way all the way to the next city where we currently are, Nimbasa City. On arrival here, we ended up battling one of the previous gym leaders. And now we're gonna come and talk to Rosa, and she's here with some of the subway bosses. So it looks like we're gonna have a tag team battle. It's gonna be 2 on 2, and I'm teamed up with Rosa. So this is gonna be an interesting battle for sure. It is quite a tough one, so you might want to make sure that you train up your Pokemon a bit before trying to take this one on. I did attempt it my first time and I lost, and I did a bit of training off camera, but we're back at it now. So let's see what these subway bosses have got. The first Pokemon they send out is a level 32 Chandelure and Electros. I've decided to go out with Dragonair. My Dragonair is level 33, and Rosa has sent out a level 31 Pignite. So let's see what we can do. Luckily, the subway bosses only have 4 Pokemon, so even though they are quite tough, they don't have a full team each. I currently am enjoying this game a lot. I haven't really had time to focus and play it a whole bunch, but now that we have completed Pokemon Unbreakable Ties and also Pokemon Royal, I can really focus and complete this game, and we can pump out the vids. So expect a lot more vids of Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Hopefully we can complete it in this month. And then once it's out the way, we can look at starting some new games. Let me know in the comments below which game you would like to see me play through. I love to hear from you guys. Any recommendations will be greatly appreciated. I have a couple ideas of my own, but if a lot of you want to see a specific game, I'm definitely gonna play it and pump out the vids for you. I would like to start another fan game, and out of the fan games, I'm considering either Pokemon Z, Pokemon Atlas, or the Slowpoke Shack. So let me know if any of those interest you guys. And on the ROM side hack, I'm definitely interested in Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, perhaps Emerald Imperium or Emerald Crest. I still need to play Pokemon Sword and Shield, the GBA ROM hack version. I think it's Sword and Shield Ultimate or something. I've also been dying to play a Johto map, so perhaps Scorch Silver or Shiny Gold Sigma, I think it's called. And I'm also looking into playing an XY Pokemon playthrough. I just need to figure out what ROM hack updates there are out there. I don't think there's very many, and just if it's going to play smoothly. But yeah, tons of options to consider, and there's bound to be some cool updates coming out in the next month or 2 as well, so we'll stay tuned for that. But let me know in the comments, what would you guys like to see? I'll definitely take your comments on board. But now let's get back to our battle. It looks like our Matang has just been knocked out, and Electros is left for the subway bosses. We're gonna send out Ampharos, so it's a bit of an electric versus electric battle, and we're gonna try hit it with Swift. Hopefully we can knock it out now. I think subway bosses have 1 Pokemon left, so their final Pokemon is a level 32 Umbreon. Umbreon is a massive fan favorite, and I know Umbreon normally has healing attacks, so we just gotta be careful of that. We're gonna hit it with an Electro Web that should slow its speed down. I love the Electro Web attack because even though it's not that powerful, if you're starting in battle and the opponent attacks first and you hit it with an Electro Web, generally the next attack you're going to get to attack first. So that can be really useful in battle to get 2 attacks in, because if the opponent's faster than you and they can knock you out in 2 attacks, then you can only get 1 attack in. So with Electro Web, you can generally get 2 attacks in before you're knocked out, at least. But we're still doing some damage. We're slowly inching away at its HP. And Simisage has also put in a lot of work to help us. But we've knocked out Umbreon now, and our Ampharos has reached level 34. So that was a fun little battle against the subway bosses. And it was cool to team up with Rosa. That's the first time we've met her in the game. And she seems pretty cool too. Hopefully we will get to battle her a bit later on in the game as well. But I'm curious to see if we can enter the subway and if it will actually take us anywhere. It must be quite interesting to see what's in there. And Rosa wants to thank us for helping her with this tag team battle. And she gives us the VS Recordist that allows you to record some of your battles. And she says she's going to be on her way, and she enters the subway, so there must be a way to get around through there. But we've just arrived in Nimbasa City, and we haven't explored it at all. We just made it here in the previous video, so now we can actually take our time and do some proper exploring. We're going to enter every single building and see if there's any side quests, any items, or any people that want to trade. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're starting on the far left side of the city, and we're going to work our way to the right so we don't forget anything. And here we're just chatting to everyone in the house. It doesn't seem like there's too much to do here, but we do receive a soothe bell. So that's what I mean. Every single house, you're basically guaranteed to get at least one item. So let's go and enter the house next door. Seemed like there was also a big building next door. So we're going to come and chat to everyone here. We also want to try see where the gym is. Hopefully there is a gym leader here for us to battle. The girl in the house tells us a bit about shiny Pokemon. And that's something I haven't encountered yet in the game. We already made it quite far in the game, and we haven't encountered not even one shiny Pokemon yet. So the shiny rates must be pretty tough in this game. But hopefully we do encounter one soon, and hopefully it's a cool Pokemon. Very often you finally encounter a shiny Pokemon, and it's probably one of the worst ones you can get in the game. But we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely going to catch any shiny that we come across. They're just super awesome and super rare. But now that we've explored the houses, we've moved north of the city. And it seems there's a couple stadiums here. There's a small court and a big court. And here, if we travel through the west side, we can actually reach the next route. So we might want to come and explore here and battle a couple trainers and do some Pokemon hunting. This is Route 5, and it's the Performer Street, so it looks like there's a lot of street performers here. And as we come out, Bianca comes out, and she gives us HMO2 Fly. That is super convenient. I don't think we can use it yet outside of battle, but hopefully we can soon. At least then we can fly around from city to city super easily and quickly. And she also wants to show us something else. She tells us that there are secret little dens. When you're roaming around in forest areas, you got to look at the gap in between the trees. And if you look at these two, the shadows kind of joined between them. So that indicates that there's a little secret den there. And normally there's a Pokemon hiding inside. So we've entered the den, and it looks like we've just come across a Stantler, I believe. And these little dens are called Hidden Grottos. So that's really cool. It's an interesting addition to the game. We've probably already walked past some of them, but I'm definitely going to have my eyes peeled now for any more that we will come across. But now the Stantler looks pretty cool. I definitely want to catch it. We haven't encountered this Pokemon yet in the game, so I do want to try and catch it. We're going to try and weaken it first and then throw a Pokeball at it. And I think the Hidden Grottos get reset after so many hours, so probably like daily or every 12 hours or so. So even if we catch the Stantler, you can come back the next day or in 12 hours. I'm not sure of the exact time, but there should be another cool Pokemon hiding in here. And we couldn't catch the Stantler. We tried to throw a Pokeball and it didn't work, and then he attacked us, which inflicted damage on himself, knocking it out. But we'll definitely come back and see if we can catch it or another cool Pokemon. But before we explore Route 5, I first want to come back and finish exploring Nimbasa. It's a huge city, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We're first entering the small court, or the small little stadium, and I'm curious to see what this is all about. So apparently there's some basketball players practicing here. We're going to enter and chat to some basketball players and see if there's any items or what there is to do. So the first person we chat to wants to battle, and I'm always down for a battle. We need to level up our Pokemon and get some more experience. So they only have one Pokemon. It's a level 31 Whirlipede, so that should be a quick, easy battle. Our Dragonair is currently level 34, and I want to try and get a lot of my Pokemon to around level 40, 45. I think that's generally the level where most of them reach their final evolution. How cool would it be to have our whole team fully evolved? I'm not sure what level Dragonair evolves, but I think it's more along the later side than the rest of the team. But we knocked out Whirlipede, so we have defeated this basketball player. And now we're just going to chat to everyone else. If anyone else wants to battle, we are going to skip these battles. Otherwise, this video is going to be way too long. But we'll chat to everyone here, see who wants to battle, see if anyone has some items, and then we'll leave. So yes, we had another battle or two. But otherwise, not much else here. It's just a good place to do some training and level some of your team up and get some extra experience. Now, it looks like we're finished exploring here. We're going to leave and try go next door to the large stadium. And then there was another building next to the large stadium. I'm not sure what it was. We'll have to go and have a look. But also upstairs here, you can enter the stands where all the fans can come and watch. I just want to see if there's anything here. There's two people we can chat to, but no items or anything, unfortunately. Just double checking before we leave. Okay, now let's go next door to the next stadium. Hopefully here there's also some battles for us. We're going to come in and chat to everyone again. Looks like there's a lot of athletes in Nimbasa City. So first we're going to come and check the stands out. And this trainer looks awfully familiar. It's Flannery. She's actually a gym leader. And I remember she's a Fire Type gym leader and she wants to battle us. So definitely we're going to battle her. Heck yes. Let's see what she's got. She's got 4 Pokemon. And the first Pokemon she sends out is a level 34 Ponyta. I wasn't expecting a gym leader battle, but we'll definitely take it. Gym leader battles are the most fun. Our first Pokemon is Ampharos, so we don't really have a type advantage or disadvantage, but we'll just see if we can knock out Ponyta and then try get a water Pokemon in, or a Pokemon with water attacks. Our Ampharos knocks out Ponyta, so that's cool. And the next Pokemon Flannery is going to send out is Camerupt, which is a pretty strong fire and rock type, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to swap in Wartortle now and give Wartortle some battle time. Hopefully it can get some experience. We hit Camerupt with a Bubble Beam, and it does a fair amount of damage. I am hoping Wartortle will knock it out before it gets knocked out. Camerupt's attacks are pretty strong as well. And Camerupt attacks first, so that's not good news. It knocks out my Wartortle, which is super surprising that it actually beat a water type. But it does have some ground type attacks too. So we're going to resend out Ampharos. Hopefully Ampharos can finish it off. I'm not sure if it will. But let's try and use our weaker damaged Pokemon first. before we swap in some fresh ones. We hit Camerupt with a Swift and we knock it out. It's a critical hit. So Ampharos has leveled up. It's gotten a ton of experience in this battle already. And now Flannery is sending out Torkoal, which is an absolute beast of a Pokemon. Even though it doesn't evolve, it's really strong. I think this is Flannery's main starter Pokemon that she had. So Ampharos gets knocked out, and now we're going to send out the latest addition to our team, our Rhyhorn. Hopefully our ground attacks will be super effective against Torkoal. If Rhyhorn can knock it out, that'll be amazing, and it will also get some experience. But no, Rhyhorn gets knocked out. It's just not strong enough yet. We've still got 2 Pokemon left in our team. So now we're going to send out our Haunter, and we're going to try and put it to sleep. I'm going to try use our Haunter as like a sleep attacker. So I want to try learn an attack or 2 that can only be used when the Pokemon is asleep, like Dream Eater. And it does a lot of damage, and it can be super useful. So there, Haunter has knocked out Torkoal, and we didn't even get attacked once. So Haunter can be pretty nifty. And we'll definitely try and evolve it into Gengar when we get a bit stuck in the game. The next Pokemon Flannery has sent out is Magcargo, level 34. I think this is her final Pokemon. And Haunters put Magcargo to sleep right away. We hit it with a Dream Eater, but now it's woken up, so we're going to have to try and put it to sleep again, or hit it with a Poison Gas. Okay, so we have poisoned it. That's going to cause a little bit of damage each turn. And oof, Magcargo knocked us out in one shot, but at least Haunter poisoned it and caused a bit of damage. So now it's down to Matang. He's gonna be at a disadvantage. Steel types are very weak against fire types. And we're gonna have to try and revive one of the other Pokemon in case Matang gets one-shotted. We can't lose this battle right at the end now. We'd have to redo it all again. And yes, luckily we did revive Dragonair because our Matang did get one-shotted. And Dragonair is quite fast, so I'm hoping its attack will hit first. We are going to use a Hyper Potion on it just to be extra safe. And then hopefully we can get an attack in. We've got Water Attack, Water Pulse. So yeah, we get attacked by Magcargo, but it doesn't cause too much damage. We hit it with a Water Pulse, and Magcargo hangs in there too, but one more poison damage and it's knocked out. So there we have it. We have defeated Flannery, the Fire Type Gym Leader. I wasn't expecting this battle, but was a lot of fun and actually super tough, considering we had a Wartortle and Dragonair. So we've knocked it out. We got some cool TM gift, and we're going to keep exploring the stadium here. So it looks like that's all there is to do in the stands, but now we can actually go down to the field and see what's happening. So let's enter here. We did heal our Pokemon there after that battle because most of our team was knocked out. But again, here you can do some training. There are some athletes willing to battle. This first guy has sent out a Sork. I think he's got 2 Pokemon, Sork and Throw. They're both like fighting rock type Pokemon. So we're going to try and knock them out, get a bit of experience, and then chat to everyone else on the field. And when that's all done, we'll try and make it to the building next door. I'm not sure what it is. It might be another stadium. Our Dragonair gets knocked out though, so now we're going to send out Matang. Matang needs a bit of experience. He's falling behind a bit. He's only level 32. And his psychic attack should be quite effective against fighting types. And yes, super effective. We knock out Sork. And the next Pokemon is Throw, so he's got a cool little team there. Hopefully Matang can get an attack in. We hit it with Psychic and we take away about half of its HP. If Matang can finish off Throw, that will be great. Matang needs all the experience it can. And yes, it looks like Matang knocks it out. It just hangs in there with 4 HP. And we still have our experience share on Rhyhorn, so that's also slowly getting stronger and stronger. When Rhyhorn evolves, I think it's going to be quite a tank, even though it has a really strong weakness. But now let's chat to everyone else on the field. It looks like a game is about to begin, so I don't want to come and chat to every single player. Let's let them play on. And there's a few other people here warming up. It looks like they're getting ready for the game. But that's all there is in the big stadium. It looks really cool. I love the design of it. But let's get out of here. It looks like we've done everything we can in the big stadium. Now let's continue exploring. The next building seems to be a musical theater. So I don't know what's all involved in here, but let's check it out. And as we enter, it looks like the owner's here to greet us. And he says that there are lots of props and costumes and outfits that you can dress up your Pokemon with. And he gives us like a prop case that we can use. So I don't know, this isn't really for me, but if this interests you, you'll definitely want to spend a bit of time here. You can actually dress up any of your Pokemon. There's a whole bunch of different outfits and items that you can equip your Pokemon with. And then you can actually perform in different shows, and I think you can get rewarded some cool items. So we'll give it a quick go. I'm not going to spend too much time here. Maybe we'll come back a bit later in the game. Maybe there's some items that you can only get here that might be useful. But let's give it a go. We're going to choose Ampharos, and you can choose which musical you would like to perform in. We chose Stardom. I don't know what the difference is, but it looks like there's 4 of us competing against each other. So now you can actually decorate your Pokemon. So we're just going to throw a whole bunch of random stuff on Ampharos. We're going to give him some glasses and a hat, and put a tie and an umbrella on his hand. He looks pretty nifty, I must say. And when you're ready, you can enter him in. And then we go on stage where all of our Pokemon will dance together. And I suppose the crowd or audience will vote on whichever one does the best performance. So here they do a cute little dance, and then they change into their outfits. It looks really funny. And you can actually do something with some of your items. Like there we just released the umbrella, which gives us a little bit of edge in the show, I suppose. And our Pokemon all do a bit of a dance and a few flips in that. It's all really fun. And I suppose once it ends, we'll get the results. Which Pokemon did the audience like more? Here before it ends, we all do a little bit of a somersault. And it's quite a cool little side quest, I guess. It is nice to have a little break from the normal regular gameplay. And it is pretty funny watching these guys do their somersaults. That's it for the show. It looks like the show is over, and you get a little picture of your Pokemon. And now he tells us the order of which the crowd liked, which order of Pokemon they liked. So it looks like we actually won. It seemed we were the most popular, I think. So that is awesome. Here when we leave, we do get an item. We get a striped tie, so you can actually collect some props that you can use on your Pokemon, which is quite cool. But I think that's enough of the musical theater. We're going to end off the video here and continue exploring in the next one.